When the is this season coming out, man? Can someone get James Jevy on the phone? Tell him to give me a call. No, I'm not gonna call him. Not Tremaine Emery. Anybody but Tremaine Emery. As a Supreme YouTuber, there's nothing more anticipating than the wait between seasons. The time cycle goes like this. A season ends, perhaps we get an end of season sale, we start to get some leaks, and then people just start getting restless. There's blood in the water. Us hype beasts, we are trained like Pavlov's dogs to spend money on Thursday mornings. So we get a little anxious. In this video, I'm telling you everything we currently know about Supreme Spring Summer 2025, when you can expect it to release, the timeline of the rollout, and every single leak that we currently have as of the time of recording. You won't want to miss it. You guys are fans of Supreme, streetwear, Palace, and more. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And with all that out of the way, let's get right into it. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone who came out to my Palace sale live stream last Friday. We had a great time. And as you can see up there in the corner, we are currently sponsored by New Balance with affiliate links from Shop Looks. Click the link in the description. It will take you to newbalance.com as well as Champ Sports and a few other ones. Go on their website if you want to cop the latest New Balance sneakers, whether it's a pair of 960s, 740s, the T500, whatever those are, anything and everything. Use my affiliate code and I get a small commission fee. This also applies to champsports.com. You find your favorite SupThomas video, you go down to the description, oh, Champ Sports affiliate link, click, and then it will take you to champsports.com, and everything that you purchase on the site will help me out a little bit. Thank you guys so much for your continual support, and let's get right into Supreme SS25. All right, first things first, when is this season actually happening? I went through the last 4 spring-summer seasons to give you guys that very answer. Spring-summer 2021 release week 1 on the 18th of February. Spring-summer 2022 week 1 was February 17th of 2022. This was right before I actually started coming back to YouTube, which is pretty cool. Spring-summer 2023 week 1 was February 16th, and that was actually the tonal box logo drop. And then 2 seasons ago, spring-summer 2024 week 1 was February 15th. Now, what do all those dates in February have in common? Well, generally it's the 3rd Thursday of the month, so we can expect spring summer 2025 with almost certainty to be on February 20th. And if that is not the case, then it will be February 13th. It's really just that simple, folks. And if you look at today's date, if it did happen to release a week early on the 13th, that would put it in exactly 1 month away. So 30 days or 37 days, most likely, for the week 1 release of spring summer 25. And before we continue on, I want to just quickly break it down how a Supreme season works for those of you that are new, because I do get quite a lot of questions. So the way Supreme works is every single Thursday, they release a collection of items that are previewed at the beginning of a season. We have the spring summer season, which we are looking forward to, which, like I've said, starts in February and goes all the way until July. We get some time off, and then the next season will start, this time being fall winter, which will start in late August and go all the way until December, maybe early January. In between, we will get a sale. As of right now, there is currently a Supreme sale going on in store and on Supreme.com. So if you want to cop anything at a discount, go there right now. It's not a lot of great items, but at least there's something there for a discount. And then a week or 2 before the season begins, we get the preview. We get the lookbook. We get to see all the pieces that are coming out. It's a great time on the channel. I always do a ton of videos for the seasonal previews. And then like clockwork, every single Thursday, we get another drop at 11 a.m. EST. That is the only time it will ever drop. No exceptions. 11 a.m. EST, burn it into your mind, Thursdays at 11. I know this is very rudimentary to most of you, but I do get some people asking the basic questions, so I want to make sure I cover it in this video because this is everything that we currently know about SS25 and Supreme in general. All right, enough teasing. I get it. I'm sorry. We have an item to look at finally. This is the Supreme small box sweater. We don't know the full name, but this pleasant pink guy right here, it is a pretty heavy ribbed knit sweater with some horizontal black stripes, small box. I assume we'll see this in anywhere from 3 to 5 different colorways. This light pink one, I think we'll do pretty good. Sweaters in the spring, summer. It might sound weird, but if we do start in February, it is cold in a lot of places up until May, which gives you a few months to wear. But Supreme really is an all year round brand. They do drop jackets even in the spring, summer. But that is the first garment we have seen previewed for spring, summer 25. And if that's not exciting for you, don't worry. We are starting from the bottom of the hype tier list and going all the way up to the top. So at the very end, we are bringing you guys the most hype shit. So you won't want to miss out. Be sure to stick around to the very end. Next up, Supreme Nike Air Force One new colorways, the white on black and the black on white. These look honestly really good. It's a very simple concept. A white Air Force One with a black swoosh, along with a black Air Force One with a white swoosh. Yes, I know, genius. Who could have thought this up? It's a really revolutionary design here. I think personally, the white one looks a lot better with the Supreme embroidered into the side of it. I believe it's embroidered, embossed, something like that. I've copped one of these Air Force Ones. I did a small YouTube short on them. Would you guys want me to pick these up and review them on the channel? Please let me know, because it's hard for me to get hyped about Air Force One nowadays, but these are actually okay. And if you look at the limited edition exclusive colorways that are actually good, specifically the wheat Air Force One Supreme, those actually sell for quite a bit over retail and were a decent investment, because especially back then, I think that was 23 or 22, they were even cheaper than they are now. We've seen them go up to 118, 128 almost. I wonder how much these will be priced at. I really miss the days when they were sub $100, but naturally that is the world we live in today. Stay tuned for all information about pieces and prices. Also, before I forget, I do get a lot of questions when I post leaks, when I post information about upcoming items that are months out. People will ask two things: how much does it cost, and when will it release? Here's the thing, I can only estimate the cost so much. Even people like Supreme Drops, who are giving us early information that is leaked to him, have to make educated guesses. So we never know what pieces are actually gonna cost until literally the moment they release. We can get some pretty good estimates, and the community members usually are 95% correct, but we're not always 100%. Along with when is it dropping, the way leaking works in the Supreme scene is we can see the stores begin to stock up on Wednesday nights. That's when we definitely know when things are coming out. And then leakers like Supreme Drops, Drops by Jay, and Supreme Community will get information on a week ahead on what's releasing. So when we get leaks in December about what's coming out in July, really have no idea when that's releasing. But I know people are still gonna ask, had to include that bit of info. Next up on the hype tier list, this is a mock-up. This is not the official image, but Supreme and Nike are rumored to be coming together with an Air Max 1. And let me tell you guys, Nike is betting hard on Supreme this year. Absolutely hard. Like, spoiler alert, most of these leaks are Nike and Supreme, which is kind of insane because usually they only did one collab a season. Now we get the built-in Air Force One, which is a collab, but it's more of a staple, like accessory drop. We can just expect it. Like the Hanes collab isn't really a collab anymore. Kind of just expect it. But these are pretty sick. I wonder what colorway they will do. I wonder how many they will make, how limited they will be, but these are definitely going to be a must cop for your boy. I love Supreme and Nike releases. I have actually 5 different pairs, I counted them recently, of Nike Supreme sneakers. Maybe I'll do a video of those someday, but stay tuned for more information on these. We don't really know much about them. They're really just rumors right now, but a lot of times when there's smoke, there's fire. I told you guys, Nike was betting hard on Supreme, and I wasn't joking at all. Here is the first look at the Nike Rugby long sleeve top dropping for spring summer 25. This is courtesy of Whorehead Sales on Twitter and posted by Supreme Drops, so go follow them if you want. But here is the Rugby. I posted this on my community tab a few weeks ago. We have this circular oval Nike embroidered swoosh on some horizontal lines, looking dope, with the Supreme script logo there on the wrist. You can see multiple different colorways: purple, red, and black. I'd assume these will be above 110 bucks, but not too much more above that. Usually the Nike Supreme stuff is fairly priced and is somewhere in the middle of the sportswear brand and the streetwear brand's pricing in general. And then to go along with the Rugby, we also have a look at the purple pair of sweatpants, world famous, featured down there next to the piping. You can see the white contrast with the white swoosh. These look very clean. I'm assuming they're going to be dropping in all the same 3 colorways because the purple pretty much matches the rugby. So we'll see a pair of black sweatpants and red ones. Are these something you guys need? Let me know in the comments what's been your favorite leak so far. All right, y'all, it's time for the biggest leak. It's actually the final one that's on this list, but I'm sure you've seen a lot about them. It's very anticipated. It is once again a Nike collaboration, and of course it had to be the Nike SB Dunk Low, releasing in May 2025 according to sources. Let's take a peek. Bam, there they are. Here are the cocaine white boys with the gray swoosh. These are the only leather pair that are releasing. We do have a lot of early pairs that are getting around to people. I'm always a little suspect about early pairs, but it is what it is. You can see the stitching and materials look fairly decent from pictures. You can only really tell though once you get them in hand. I do like the Supreme embossing on the midsole. Everything else looks pretty standard for a pair of Dunks. 94 on the outside next to the swoosh. These are going to be an easy go. I think resale will be pretty high on these. It might be splintered a bit given the different colorways. I'm sure that 1 or 2 colorways will reign supreme, no pun intended, but I look at this drop as a nice way to cop one, maybe try to sell a few other pairs so that I can finally afford a pair of Nike Dunk Low Rommel Z's that I've been looking at for well over a year now. That's just my personal opinion. This is not my favorite colorway. Next up, the Fog Ocean boys. Look at these. These are a little bit darker than they actually look in person. I haven't seen them in person, but I have seen videos of them and in-hand photos. So I will say this is a bit darker than they actually look like. I know a lot of people like these the most. These feature a pretty nice buttery suede on the eye stay, and I believe on the toe box and mid panel right here, it is leather, but I'm not 100% sure. We do have a video at the very end. Next colorway, probably my favorite, is the purple and gray. You can see here, these do actually have suede on the mid panels and on the heel, so maybe I was wrong on those Fog Oceans. I'll have to wait to see better up close pictures, but I do know the whites are the only all leather colorway. Not sure how I feel about all of them being suede, but these do look pretty good in my opinion. A lot of people right now are saying Supreme is washed. These are a boring drop. I don't know. I think Supreme sometimes can go too far and put like fuck 'em on the shoes, which I don't really want. I do think these could have one more aspect that could make them a little Supreme-y. The embossing on right there, is that enough to give us what we want? I guess it's okay. And the 94 does kind of harken back to previous Dunks of old. I loved when they would just put something right there, like on the 7-Eleven Dunks or the Pigeon Staples. Just really iconic placement there, right next to the swoosh on the heel. I don't know. They're definitely growing on me, and I think come time for release, people are going to be clamoring to get their hands on them. Second to last colorway is the Camper Greens, along with some yellow accents. You can see, again, covered in buttery suede. These definitely aren't my favorite, but they're not my least favorite. I'd say these are probably a little bit behind the blue ones, or maybe slightly ahead of them. I'm not sure. We don't have the same exact picture template for the black ones, but we do have these pictures here. I think these are suede. Man, maybe they are leather. We'll have to wait till the video goes up, but these are pretty neat. I do love that red insole, giving me major Yeezy 2 vibes. Come on now. I think a lot of people will draw that conclusion. Disregard the icy sole down below. That's a completely different pair of Dunks releasing, but these are pretty sick. And that is the 5th and final colorway of the Supreme Nike SB Dunk Lows releasing for 2025. Now let's look at 2 more additional pictures. We actually got more than 2. Here's the Ocean Fog in hand, and this is definitely using a bright flash, but I think it does a better job at showing off the true color of this blue. You can see the classic Supreme Nike SB insoles that are featured on basically every single Supreme and Nike release. In-hand pics looking very sick. The hang tag, of course, that comes with it. And there is the heel. Now let's look at a video from Harrison Naval showing off some early pairs. Now again, I don't know much about early pairs, where he got these from, who he got these from, so I have no idea if they're legit or not, but these are the colorways that are releasing. Let's take a look at a few of them.
Soft and just like really nice. I already know people in New York are gonna be thrashing these when they're skating them, just dragging that foot, thrashing it. But again,
there's the purple pair.
Blue is insane.
Here's the blue. You can see the mid panel, whatever you want to call that right there, is a black suede.
I might like that blue better than those. The colors, but the same blocking.
And then you can see the camper green.
And you have the color on the inside rather than on the out. I don't, dude, this is a really...
Then there's the black ones. Let's see if he gets them in hand. Here's the white pair, which is the only leather pair, as I said.
Look at that. It's like a straight leather. Is this a reflective? No.
Is it a 3M swoosh?
Is that reflective? I think it is reflective. Reflective swoosh.
It might be reflective, okay.
Gray bottom, gray swoosh. Pretty simple. All white always does well. Yeah, look.
I'm not a huge fan of these all white boys, but they do look pretty good. And the gray contrasting, I think, is enough to prevent them from being tonal. I just wish the tag might have been a bit brighter. I don't know. They're going for a low-key cocaine white. I can't hate it. And here is the black colorway to finish off the set. He does actually put them on, so I will show that part of the video off as well.
This suede just makes it look so premium. Looks so good. I like the shape of these SBs.
So these look like a softer suede or like a
leather, in my opinion.
More nubucky. Am I crazy?
Some of the last ones that come out, they're really stiff inside, the full red. And then this material in here is not a nubuck. It's like a, what do they call it? I guess it is kind of like a nubuck. I don't know what they call it.
It looks like a Jordan 4 to me. That looks like a nubucky material.
All black shoe.
So that's interesting. These are also a different material. So the black and the white ones have a different material. I think I might like these the most, guys. I do wish the swoosh was a different color. I think that could have set these apart. Like imagine if that swoosh was either red or white, or even if this done gray or something. I wonder what that would look like as opposed to just the all black, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Here he goes putting them on.
Kind of blend in with the black pants, but that all black look looks nice.
Not bad. Can't really tell that they're Supreme at all, but sleeper colorway.
If you're wearing these, you keep
the liner will be good when you wear it with socks and shorts. But that is the collection of Supreme SB Dunks. Go check out Harrison Naval's video. Naval? And boys, that's pretty much it for Supreme Spring Summer 25. A lot of Nike leaks as of now, and I'm sure after I post this video, we will get more leaks of pieces releasing. What's cool about Supreme is at the end of the day, they are a skateboarding brand. So we do see the Supreme Team skaters doing their thing, shredding in the next upcoming season's gear. And that does give us a little idea and indication of what's releasing, but that's all we know of right now. What was your favorite item that has been previewed? For me, it's gotta be those Nike Air Max 1s. Even though it's just a rumor, the idea sounds so cool, and I'd love to see Supreme put their touch on that iconic model. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest Supreme, Palace, and streetwear news. I try to post videos as soon as we get new information, also confirming the facts and not giving you guys any fake news or fake hype. You know we keep it real around here. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.